No music with this video. This video is only to discuss the options at Magix, music programs, in particular the music synthesizers. The easiest way to use the synthesizers is with the Music Maker, and it includes Samplitude Music Studio. Both packages come with the same default set of music synthesizers. In addition, the bundle allows an extra 8 music synthesizers to be added to the Music Maker. The Samplitude Music Studio won't be able to use those extra 8 synthesizers. But that's not all Magix has to offer. You can buy additional premium synthesizers. They have 40 synthesizers total. The Samplitude Music Studio is a better program. It supports 24-bit up to 96 kilohertz. Additional advanced features, music printing, the MIDI editor. You can view your MIDI notes on a treble clef, bass clef, so you can actually see your music as an orchestration, print it, save it to a PDF file. If you want extra synthesizers and the Samplitude Music Studio, you'll need to buy them separately at about $30 a piece. I don't know if there's ever a need to have all 40 of them, but if someone wanted say 10 more instruments, that's another $300. The default price for Samplitude itself is $100. Music Maker bundle comes with Samplitude for $80, so the best price in that respect is $80 plus $300. Well, $380, that's still almost $400. And then you have about 24 or so good. The premium synthesizers are good. There's no problem with the quality with them. They all have a dedicated interface for each instrument: guitar, piano, strings, whatever it might be, the electric keyboard, electric piano. Yeah, they're all good. But they have other options. Independence, the Independence Library Pro, $330. Well, yeah, it's a bit more than $80. But if someone considers adding 10 synthesizers for $300, you can get the Independence Pro 70 gig. Yeah, 70 gig library for $330. So you add 10 instruments for $300, or you can get the 70 gig library for $330, and 30 more. And that's not well advertised, but that's how it is. The 40 instruments of the premium instruments totals about a 7 gig. Yeah, just 7 gig library. Independence Pro library is a 70 gig for $330. That's probably the best deal. The interface to Independence is similar to the Vita interface. It's one generic interface, and you have access to all of the instruments in the same way that Vita does. The sound samples, as far as I know, are all recorded at 24-bit, 44.1 kilohertz. Samplitude can make best use of that at 24-bit, 44.1 kilohertz, as Music Maker is 16-bit, and it can run at 44.1 kilohertz to keep the clock at 44.1. So the frequencies, pitch, the keyboard range is accurate. Music Maker can access the Independence Pro instruments. It'll be labeled as Independence when you see the list of available premium instruments. It'll just be text, and it will say Independence. Music Maker can access them on the VST in a 32-bit folder. Samplitude Music Studio can access the instruments from the Independence Pro on the VST 64-bit. And there are 2 folders I install with Independence Pro, and there's a VST 32-bit and a VST 64-bit folder. Just direct each program to those folders, and you'll have access to the entire 70 gig Independence Pro library. If somebody buys extra instruments for Samplitude or Music Maker, that money could be put toward the the Independence Pro library, if somebody thinks they ever want to do that, don't pig out on getting additional premium synthesizers when you could be putting that toward the Independence Pro 70 gig library. Okay, so the price is up around $410. There is other competition out there. Complete with a K, Complete 11. They have their intermediate version library is $599. I know it's still almost another $200 more than the 410, but it's still worth looking at in terms of what you're going to get. Well, the Complete 11 $600 library is 150 gig, double, but more than double the 70 gig from the Magix Independence. So here you're going to get a double the size library. You have to get it on the drive. They have to ship you a physical drive. You can't download the 150 gig. But I do know there's there's a lot of articulation capability with the Complete 11. So that's something to consider if someone goes with the Magix Independence at 410. Maybe it's worth to wait. And you got time to look at the Complete 11 for $600. Make a good decision. Don't mess it up like I did.